My name is Maureen Gikonyo, and this is my story. So for me, I've grown up with so much childhood traumas that I went through as a child, from my parents separating to other issues that were very traumatizing. And also I've grown up in an environment where there's been a lot of alcoholism. Therefore, I'm very, very scared of anything to do with alcohol or the behaviors that come after that. So I think where for me nilikuja snap ni vile nilienda campus na I got into a relationship, and kwa hiyo relationship mimi ndio nilikuwa kwa relationship. The other person was not in the relationship. And I think from there is when we broke up, because I think niliachwa kiungoto tu, like niliachwa tu ile vile tu tunachangwa, and it was very disturbing. And I think that's where for me my emotions, I couldn't control them. And then I think I started losing weight very fast. And then also nikaanza kuenda kwa club, like me coping mechanism yangu ilikuwa kuenda kwa club na mabishto wangu. I also started falling into the wrong kind of groups. And I think that was the most scary time of my life. Na kila mtu ashinde akikuuliza, manze kwa nini umekonda? Kwa nini umekonda? I think hata mimi saa hizo sikuwa najua I'm going through something, like it was sikuwa najua napitia kitu. And I think for me hiyo time ndio nasemanga childhood traumas zangu zilikuja kuamka vizuri, because it's something that sikuwa nimeaddress nikiwa mtoi. Of course by the time tuna grow up, mental health haikuwa na awareness, so hata hatukuwa tunajua like ukienda counseling ama ukianza kuprocess childhood traumas, like looking into yourself, your inner self, trying to like awaken your inner child. Hatukuwa tunajua story kama hizo, so I think sikuwa na hiyo time ya kuprocess emotions, so they all came crumbling down on me at that time. So you're remembering all the things that you've gone through. My mom is not also feeling so well, so also growing up, seeing my mom in and out of hospital, it was scary. So I think hiyo ndio time nika crumble, mimi nika lose weight, nikaingia into the wrong kind of friends, my behavior started changing, I couldn't sleep, I was crying, sikuwa hata naelewa kwa nini nashinda nikilia. Unajua unaamka tu unaanza kulia. And I remember there are mornings I used to wake up and najiuliza as in itaisha lini, because your mind is becoming your own enemy. Utaamka siku gani wachange kulia ama wachange kufeel you're nothing, or your self-esteem has gone, So before I realized that I was going through depression, it was a long time. Like I had really gotten into it. I was sinking. I remember kuna time nilikuwa na roommates wangu wa campus, and I'd gone to buy like rat poison. But the good thing is that my roommate noticed. And I remember that day she was like, Maureen, you're not gonna sleep alone. Not even sleeping alone in your own bed, because you don't know, like she was so scared, like what is gonna happen, or if she's found that, what else am I hiding? So I think I appreciate her for that, because it wasn't my first suicide attempt, but it was a suicide attempt. And like nikisema mind yako inakuwa enemy yako, ni kila time unashinda inakwambia, you're not worth it, you're not supposed to be in this world, what are you doing in this world, you don't have a purpose. So your mind becomes like it's revolving. And unaamka tu asubuhi, you're disturbed by all the suicidal thoughts that you have, but then I appreciate my mom also for coming through, because mamangu ndio aliseek help on my behalf. Consulted some professionals, I started therapy, went through with it. Also, I think for me, the one thing that helps me ni kwanza kuangalia like my inner self. Ni nini nimepitia, ni nini sija address kutoka utotoni, na ni nini nafaa kuaddress sai. As in, how do I awaken my inner child? How do I start looking inside, like inwards, and looking like in the past ni nini inafanya nipitie hizi vitu zote. Hiyo ndio kitu ilinisaidia sana. And it's not easy, by the way. It's not easy to start thinking about like reliving the past. Reliving the past is the hardest thing possible. But I think it's the one thing that helped me the most to overcome what I was going through. So yeah, so nikakam. I remember hata kulikuwa na stigma sana hadi wale roommates wangu wa campus waka move out. Juu wako wanaelewa kwa nini huyu dem ana behave. Juu behavior imechange, so you're becoming like a bad influence to them, which I don't blame them, because hakukuwa na hiyo awareness ya mental health. Hawakuwa wanajua like huyu dem anapitia depression. Unajua like tunafaa to seek help ama tumsaidia go through this. But the behavior change is what they saw, and they were like, maybe I'm becoming a bad influence to them. So they moved out. And up to date, we've never atujai ongea, you know, but I don't blame them at all and don't see them differently, because I think that's why we need to create a lot of awareness. I love that it's going around in a creative way. But my story enye neza ambia vijana ni ukifeel unapitia hizi vitu manze ongea tu. Like the world today is a very hard place, but tafuta tu mtu mmoja mwenye una trust, mwenye unaweza ongea na yeye umwambie manze napitia hii, unaweza nisaidia, ama hata asikusaidia akusikize tu, you know. So just find who is your safe space and where is your safe space. Ile kitu kingine pia naweza sema ni like utafute like jiangalie ndani. Like most of us are walking around with childhood traumas na hatujui. So utaangalia ndani uone ni nini hiyo inanisumbua, ama ni nini ili traumatize nikiwa mtoi enye inafanya nipitie kitu yenye naenda saa hii. And this you can do. I've had online sessions where nimejaribu kujiresearch ya mimi mwenyewe nitafanya aje, ama nitaenda kuangalia wapi, ama you can also seek psychosocial support from professionals who can help you go through it. Na pia kitu kingine ni like how do we use like our traumas kusaidia mtu mwingine mwenye anapitia kenye tuna go through. Kenye tuli go through na sisi wenye tumeovercome, tutasaidiaje watu wengine ku overcome, like the next generation, tutasaidiaje hiyo generation isipitie ile kitu yenye tuli go through, because right now we are aware it's about mental health. How do we educate even the ones who are behind us wajue like hii kitu ni sawa, as in unaweza pitia hizi vitu, but this is what you should do, na tusiwa stigmatize, you know, tusiwa stigmatize. Juu hata sisi time yenye tulistigmatize watu kufeel poor, and it actually took us longer to recover because of the stigma.